Hello there again, everybody. This is going to be Jund League number 25, and doing the exact same list as leagues number 23 and 24 with the experimental Tireless tracker. If you didn't catch either of those two past videos, the things I have taken out of the deck in order to make room for them include 2nd Scavenging Ooze, 4th Liliana of the Veil, and 4th Bloodbraid Elf. I cut Bloodbraid Elf because Tracker and Bloodbraid Elf do a similar job in accumulating some sort of card advantage, and I didn't want to have too high a number of heavy costed mana spells at the top of the curve because I didn't want it to feel clunky. Along similar lines, I shaved the Liliana of the Veil, and then the reason I got rid of the Ooze is because while Ooze is one of my harder hitters, if given the time, Tracker does something similar. And I'm not really a big fan of going down some amount of graveyard hate, but I've got 2 Cling to Dusts also in the main, so I still have the graveyard hate, it's just in a different place. Let's take a look at the current metagame. Piles still in 1st, Blitz still in 2nd, Gruul up to 3rd, and Blue-White sticking around 4th. Spots 5 through 8 also relatively stagnant over the past few days, as are spots 9 through 12. So with that said, let's take a look at our sideboard. We saw lots of land-based strategies like Field of the Dead and various Titan strategies. So we were playing 2 Alpine Moons to turn off stuff like Field of the Dead and also hit stuff like Tron. If we're playing against Piles or something like Blue-White Stoneblade or Blue-White Control, we've got Boil as an additional hate piece. If we play against other decks, we've got lots of other tools. We'd bring in probably these 7 cards here, all of the Grave Hate in Ashiok, Spellbomb, and Klothys, and then obviously the Boils and the Alpine Moons. We've got the Plague Engineers for creature decks or just creature combo decks, and Pillage again, just another piece of land hate that also has utility versus stuff like Eldrazi Tron and Red-Green Midrange. So let's just go ahead and jump into our league. Right, this hand's fine. It'll be pretty good if we're playing against a creature deck, but if we're not, this hand could fall behind pretty quickly. Alright, well, it looks like we're playing against Tron, as we usually do round 1. Right, at a minimum, we drew our 3rd land. Chromatic Sphere probably telling of traditional mono green Tron. Mono blue doesn't really play it, nor does Eldrazi Tron. This hand is not set up particularly well to beat a Tron variant. Argument to just conceding before I let the opponent know what I'm doing. But we'll just take a draw step and see if anything changes. Like if we hit Tarmogoyf there's a chance. Alright, so I think I'm just going to concede. My odds at winning this game are well below 1%, even if they stumble on the Tron land for a few turns. And then getting Stomping Ground, while probably being the correct choice, may suggest to them that I'm playing Red-Green Midrange as opposed to Jund, and it may impact sideboard decisions. So we're going to bring in all of the land hate with the exception of Boil. Nothing else a clear shiner. Scavenging Ooze is by far the weakest threat. Fatal Push does nothing, and then Cling to Dust is just going to be a redraw. So I think this is going to be the ins and outs. Fortunately, I don't think this is gonna do it. And this won't either. Alright, this is gonna have to do. So we're putting 2 to the bottom. One's gonna be Cling, it's just a redraw. Then I guess the next one will be Terminate. This hand has some potential. We're gonna stick Tarmogoyf on two. If we can find red source by turn 3, we can Tarmogoyf into Pillage. Ideal draw would be Blackleaf Cliffs. So hopefully we're catching them by surprise that we're Juns, but it's not really going to be worth a whole lot. It might be worth something. So really going to need to find red source here. We don't. Alright, so if they got the Tron, we're kind of just dead in the water. The odds this game comes down to an ultimate are effectively 0. Emptying the run and 6 into their face will maybe at least let Tarmogoyf be bigger faster. Them not having Tron here means we may have one more turn as a window to cast Pillage. Which we just kind of have to hope we get. Redundant power plant. So that means we're going after tower, assuming we hit red. Fetch land would be best because we can recur it with the run and 6. Alright, well at least we drew red source. Let's just say yes. Pillage tower because it's the piece that is not redundant. And let's again empty the run and 6 to their face. Adding Walker may enable our Gwaif to hit for more at some point. I think the only way this play changes is if we draw the fetch. Maybe not even then. Alright, so now they're just missing tower, but they do have a map in play. Alright, so our 3-turn Lightning Strike is good for 1 extra damage here. We could Kolaghan's Command to add instant and do 2 to them. That would put them to 10, have me hitting them for 5, which means Gwaif is at least lethal next turn. If they've got any kind of payoff, we do just die, but the only way we're winning this game is if they somehow don't have a payoff. And then we can kill him next turn. What's up, Nick? How's it going? Getting our worst matchup round 1, but at least we can get it out of the way, right? Hopefully. Alright, so we have to hope there's somehow not a payoff here. Good to hear you're doing well, Nick. Can't beat a Nugan, can't beat a Karn, probably can't beat smaller Karn either. Well, there is a Karn. In theory, we could draw back-to-back burn spells, so not gonna quite concede yet. But at this point, both of our walkers are too late. If we sack this, we don't have double black, but the double black isn't actually worth a whole lot. Ooh, Gemmed Adventures in Standard? That sounds fun. I know there was like a Teamer Clover deck that was popping up since before Uro. Now that Uro is suppressed, people have been trying it out again, but Uro's still at large. At large everywhere. Alright, so given that my my planeswalkers no longer do anything, I think I'm just gonna have to try for double burn off the top. Which means I'll sack Peatland, then step. Maybe I hit a bolt. So I'll have 3 bolts, 1 Kolaghan's Command, a few Wrenn and 6s. Sacking Peatland means that if I hit Bloodbraid, that's not something I get to cast anymore, and Bloodbraid's kind of a burn spell. Alright, well, it looks like it never mattered. That's Tron. I don't know why this is even allowed to be a thing. Like, its matchups are either extremely good, like playing us, or unwinnable, like they're playing against Prowess. And neither kind of game is fun, at least from the opposite side. Sounds pretty good. Alright, so I think I'm gonna get Overgrown Tomb into basic Mountain probably. Alright, so we're playing against Amulet. Luckily, we've got the push for the Tribe Elder. Instead of pushing it, I could just Wrenn and 6, then save the push for something like a either an Azusa or a the 2/4 that Prismatic Omens. I think I'm just gonna kill this with Wrenn and 6. So I'll get a Blood Crypt like I mentioned, and then basic Mountain. That seems fine. We've got a lot of red spells, so Mountain isn't particularly. Actually, no, I can't get Mountain. It would have to be Overgrown Tomb Mountain. Then I have another Overgrown Tomb, so that is on the awkward side. You know, let's get Stomping Ground, because I'm not actually using the mana right now, so it doesn't really matter. I can shock an Overgrown Tomb, and then I can plan on getting basic Swamp with Mire. Yeah, Nick, I built the sideboard to be pretty good versus most of the meta decks, so that's why it is how it is. All right, well they're playing that into the face of another Wrenn and 6. That feels good for me. All right, well. We're not getting that Verdant back, but we've got it back up. Still think I'm just gonna use the Wrenn to ping their tribe scout and keep all the removal for myself. No clock yet. The rate this game is going, I wouldn't be surprised if the opponent got to just hardcast the Titan. Alright, so they're going to have Forest and a Bajuka Bog in their hand. So I mean, if they have Castle Vantress, they can Titan next turn. Pretty rough. Maybe this Blizzard hits something like Thoughtseize. And I'll play the Bloodstained Mire, so that way they run in 6 has something to get back. So I guess come on, Thoughtseize. Not the best. Getting a random card isn't gonna strip a Titan. I guess not random, they get to pick. Alright, them discarding Pact makes me really nervous. It's probably just a redundant copy. And again, I know they have Forest, and I know they have Bajuka Bog. So if any of their other 4 cards are a combination of Castle and Titan, they just Titan me and I can no longer win. I've got the Terminate for the first copy of Titan, and they won't actually be able to turn on a Field of the Dead. But then they just play lands. Alright, so they don't have it yet. Targeting themselves, probably a Tarmogoyf consideration. Would really like a Thoughtseize. There are 2 in the deck. Hey, we did it. That's good. Start there. But they have 2 Titans, of course. Got lucky, but it didn't matter. Alright, I mean, I guess I could play Peatland, sack it. There's a non-zero chance I draw another Thoughtseize. Seems pretty slim, but it's the only real play I've got. Yeah, I don't hit it, no surprise. It was a surprise enough that I hit the first one. Alright, so they are going to play a Titan here. But it's only going to get them up to 6 lands. So they're not going to be Field of the Deading quite yet. And there's no no Valakut in play. There's not yet a Dryad to turn Valakuts into bolts. So they do get the field. Yep. So we can terminate this. Alright, and Pulse can at some point sweep a bunch of zombies so we can continue getting in with Elf, so that's a good one. I think I'm just going to continue drawing cards, see if I can add something like a Tarmogoyf for a tracker. Alright, math time. So I can push a zombie. They're going to be able to make at most 1 a turn right now. So if I push 2, I'll have a total of 2 more attacks, putting them into 3. Which means I think I want to be using Ren and 6, just do damage to them. Like, I could get back Peatland, but at this point, developing my mana doesn't seem like the worst idea. They don't have Valakut turned on either. They will if they've got Dryad, though. Alright, well, Explore kind of does the same job. They're going to get 2 zombies this turn. I can push both this turn. Alright, well, now they're going to get 3 zombies. I guess this could be the Pulse turn. Do they find the Dryad, turn everything into a bolt? Jeez. Alright, well. I mean, if they kill one of my permanents first, I can use the push to revolt with all of the other triggers on the stack. Or they are killing the Ren and 6. So as soon as this resolves, they'll have priority again, but in response to the next triggers, I can kill the Dryad. They no longer control the mountains. Right, and that's their whole hand. So we get to keep the Bloodbraid. We can use the Pulse this turn. Then we can replay the Ren and 6, do some more damage to the face. So it looks like we're going to have exactly lethal next turn, assuming all they can do is make a zombie. If they draw a Titan, then kind of just dead in the water. But it would be nice to pick up game 1. Alright, well they drew a Gruul land, bounce the Teleria West, transmute it, play a Titan. Yeah, that's effectively a Titan. I mean, they have like 13 or 14 more copies of Titan. So now what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to draw a Lightning Bolt and then use the Bolt and the Ren and 6. So they're still short on mountains. We'll make more zombies. Our pulse is gone. Pretty sure we just have to hit Lightning Bolt. But they're smart and they get Radiant Fountain. Damn. We even drew it. Unfortunately, we had to plus the Ren and 6. I mean, we're not technically dead. We could draw another Lightning Bolt. But they're going to get another bounce land. Bounce land can bounce Radiant Fountain. Let's just play Radiant Fountain again. Don't quite understand not attacking with zombies. You're gonna get at least 2 more right now anyway. Even if you're worried about second Maelstrom Pulse, killing one takes care of all of them. I guess they're worried about 4. They're worried about like 4 removal spells. Like if they didn't attack with zombies, like in theory, it could have like 2 removal spells to kill their 2 new zombies. Yeah, it just like kind of doesn't matter at this point. They'll just replay Radiant Fountain and then I really can't kill them. I could block Titan, Bolt Titan, but I think burning him out is just about my only way to win. We can see what they bounce first. I would assume it's Radiant Fountain. Returns a Teleria West. Okay. Well, that keeps my out to another Lightning Bolt. Unless they've got something I don't know about. Yeah, two for one, Ian. Yeah. Alright, well I've got an out, which is another Lightning Bolt. I've got the mountain in my hand, funny enough. Alright, let's just let this resolve. Don't really have to bolt them off of this mana, but I mean, I guess I should. They have 9 mana, they can Titan again. They do have a Teleria West. I'll just do it end step. Alright. One of 2 more bolts. Maybe. Yeah, just playing the 1 Pulsean. I mean, I'm dead on an attack no matter what, so I guess I should play the Bloodstained Mire to take another land out of my deck before I crack a clue. I mean, I'll just do it now. There's no point in waiting. It's got to be one of 2 lightning bolts. Nope. Wrong 1 mana spell. Very dead. What's up, James? We did pretty okay in the Izzet League. I won't full spoil it, so you at least have a little anticipation, but it went okay. We're hitting a bunch of pretty abysmal matchups right now, though. Titan's okay, but so I exaggerate a little bit. But we played against Tron round 1, and obviously that didn't go well. I'm gonna take out all the Greybeard hate. I know an Uro is a possibility. I won't tell you if I 5-0'd. You have to watch the league. Unless you really want to know, but I mean, usually I want it to be at least a little exciting. Yeah, like I'll tell you if you really want to know. But yeah, I try to not spoil it, you know. Alright, let's cut the bolts. They don't do anything. Like 1 tracker. Yeah, sounds good. I guess let's hope they're not sideboarding into and finding a Obstinate Bailoff. Gonna need a threat. Tarmogoyf would be best. We can take the Amulet if they've got it. Probably gonna wait on the Alpine Moon unless we draw some curve fillers and we don't know that we're gonna have the extra mana. You'll watch Promise? Alright, well, and if you really want to know, it was a very average 3-2. It was pretty fun though. There were a few close matches where we just were able to punch through for pretty much exactly enough. And the matches that we lost, there was just nothing we could have really done. Alright, I think I'll wait on the Alpine Moon. But yeah, I think I'm going to do another one of those leagues again pretty soon. So it was pretty fun, and it's a competitive deck. Alright, so that was the draw for the turn. Or one of the two draws. So they have Field of the Dead back in their hand. Alright, so there's one card we don't know about. Let's hope it's not Obstinate Baloth. But with my luck, it probably is, right? They discarded a Titan. Alright. Yeah, I even played against a Jund opponent. I actually played against two Jund opponents in the league. One of them was playing like some weird Traverse package though with Lightning Skelemental. The other Jund list was a fairly normal Jund list. I won't tell you how I did against them, but I told you I went 3-2, so the odds I beat one of them are pretty high, right? At least one of them, I mean. Explosives on 3. I mean, that is a way to deal with the Liliana. Makes me on the happy side I didn't play this Alpine Moon yet. Azusa eats the dust. So their hand is the snow-covered forest is actually a Field of the Dead because they bounced it. I could name name the garrison just as like kind of Stone Rain them, but that doesn't seem great. Mine has been pretty okay so far. Nothing too exciting. I had a stomach issue this morning, so I ended up not going to work, but I'll be back tomorrow. If I draw Bloodbraid this turn, I'm going to really wish I had played the Alpine Moon, naming something like Field of the Dead. This Titan's going to be on the difficult side to beat. Let's just name Field of the Dead now. Gonna not crack this Bloodstained Mire until I have to. I'm playing both Tracker and I've got a Fatal Push in my hand. So, pretty good chance that we want the Revolt or just Landfall. There's Forest, so we know about Field of the Dead still. In addition to these. Explorer's a good one. So now they're going to get to Titan next turn if they can find more green. Pop Explosives. Playing Amulet? Okay. I guess they still get a land drop. Yeah, that Ender's untapped anyway because of the Alpine Moon. Alright, so their last card is Titan. They are at 4 mana. Sorry, 5 mana, but only a single green. That doesn't do anything. I should lay off the vodka. I haven't had any vodka yet today. Don't worry. Alright, well, they didn't draw green. Oh wait, they have green? Oh, so I gave them the green. Wow. Yeah, that's true. I'm dead. I mean, I'm not technically dead, but they're just going to get to Valak at me at some point. We have Field of the Dead turned off. Yes, the one drawback of Alpine Moon is if your opponent is already unlucky and is missing double green, you give it to him. Yeah, they're just setting up for a second Titan. I'm very dead. Like, if I draw a Terminate, they still just have another Titan, so there's nothing I can do here. Pretty lackluster league so far. Just big mana into big mana. Although one of the big mana decks was slightly better for us.
It's not wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Where is he? Isn't it goofy?
I love that video, yeah.
Which one was it? You know, I showed my dad the goofy Mickey murder scene of Tom Funky. My dad just
This does not cast Run and 6 on turn 2. But we've got lots of other interactive stuff, so that's good. Uropile? Not really sure what Shock Pass could mean other than Thought Scour. They could be 4-color Shadow. Alright, well this... Oh my god, I'm so bad. I gotta get my act together. Alright, so I'm just gonna get Stomping Ground tapped. Go. Alright, so I should have just swamped Inquisition. But I mean, this way at least I can run in 6 on 2 if I really want. Yeah, I'll 5-0 eventually. Oh, they're playing Infect. Okay, well this matchup should be on the good side. Our hand is also on the good side. That was a good draw. I think I'm just going to get rid of that thing right now. I mean, Shock Pass could mean Spell Pierce, so I guess I should just kill this now. Just be content holding up a Lightning Bolt. So yeah. Noble, yep. I think I'm gonna bolt that. Them having a lot of mana makes me nervous. The odds I can double bolt in one turn are kind of low anyway. Alright, so they did have Spell Pierce. Alright. Land would be good. Alright, that's kind of the land, isn't it? Alright, so we can Inquisition first. Just become immenses? Wow. Alright, well they can't cast any of those. And then get rid of this thing. Another one. Alright, well they can now Exalt an Ink Moth to kill the Wren. So their hand has 2 Become Immenses. Terminate's a good one. Gonna pass. Try to kill their Ink Moth outside of combat. I mean, they can't have more than 1 protection spell, so if they become immense, I may in response choose to bolt it. Yeah, attack for 1's fine. I mean, Clinging does make their Become Immense slightly worse. Mire, not bad. The hand is still Become Immense, Become Immense. Ooh, that's also tempting. So I can track her into Bloodstained Mire into having up Lightning Bolt. It'll suck if they draw exactly another protection spell. And I do want to get a clock down. The other option is just Liliana minus. But But I mean, I'm still in trouble to just any pump spell. They're gonna have 2 looks at it as well. I mean, if their noble is dead, it's gonna be a little harder. I think I'm gonna go for the tracker plus play a Bloodstained plan. I just want to get the threat down. And then this can get either Stomping Ground or Blood Crypt. I like the play from the opponent just being patient. Like they might just try to kill me this turn. Like if they draw like protection, they could just probably just go for it. They've got all the mana in the world to do it. Alright, so I think that means we're safe. Okay, so I think we're gonna make them expend a become immense here. Gonna do this outside of combat. So they can become immense to save it. Makes the other become immense in hand much worse. Now at least we have something to start attacking with. We can shock and still have a terminate available. Seems like what we want to do. It's also a pretty effective bluff because we also have these clues, so the opponent may not be exactly sure what we're trying to accomplish. Let's take away access to at least 1 Exalted and then get in. So the other Become Immense is still a bit mana intensive given only 2 cards in the yard. Gonna have to hope they don't have Pump and Protection. Might? Jeez. Okay, so this is +4/+4, which is 5, and then 6. That's not actually lethal. So killing a Hierarch is gonna kinda save us here. But we are just dead to an attack next turn if we're taking this 5. I mean, if we try to kill this thing, and they've got the protection like Blossoming Offense, we just die. I think we have to take this and then hope their last card that we don't know about isn't protection. It was an elf. Alright, so killing it would have worked out. So again, last card has become immense. We're about to make him discard it though. We can block it with our tracker, or we can just terminate it immediately. Alright, and then I think I'm gonna just sit back and defend. Guess I should have done this first if that was the plan. Sure, alright, well now we get to attack. Their best draw that we need to avoid is another Ink Moth, and also Blighted Agent would be pretty bad. Blighted Agent would actually be fine because we can Edict it. We just really don't want to see Ink Moth. We win! Cool. Yeah, this matchup seems really, really good. think the defining moment was deciding whether or not to play the tracker. Alright, so Brutality seems good. Plague Engineer seems fantastic. We can Alpine Moon to name Inkmoth, which might be good enough. Inkmoth is one of the more annoying threats, and this takes care of all of them with a single card. I think I'm going to take out my 3 mana answers, although Kolaghan's Command can 2 for 1. So I think I'm going to take out my 3 mana sorcery answer. Ooze is by far my worst threat. Tracker's on the slower side. Bloodbraid is a lot of mana. I think I want to keep all of the 1 mana interaction. Cling seems kind of not important. Then maybe we just take out like a Brutality. I don't want to like overboard on stuff. I don't think I'm going to take out any more threats. This seems fine. Could boil to blow up like a land, but at that rate pillage is better. Yeah, this is fine. Not outstanding, but fine. Alright, so they don't have Veil of Summer. That's good. I think I'm going to save the Fatal Push for a creature that can actually try to kill me. Second Inquisition, not a bad draw. They're going to be dead sooner or later. They don't have a creature, but they do have a Spellskite. Let's just take that. Spellskite a creature. I mean, they don't have an Infect creature. Doing it the hard way, huh? Bolt, not bad. I could just go after the Hierarch. Odds that they try to defend it are on the high side. I don't think they're going to try to protect it again this turn, so I think I am content just casting Inquisition and then holding up either a Bolt or a Push. The Inquisitions and stuff not going to be good for a whole lot longer. Alright, let's just take Protection. The protection that pumps probably better. If they fetch end of turn, I may kill in response, but they could get Dryad Arbor, which I'd want to kill more than the Hierarch. Sure. And then I'll try to kill this end step, and then I'll just untap and try to kill it again. Their last card is Vines. So I'm assuming they're going to protect it. They're kind of all in on this thing. This could be a fine turn to just get the tracker in. I think I will. They'll get the Distortion Strike again this turn. Like, even if they become immense here, we don't die. We can't block it. That's fine. Well, I'm at 0 infect, so I'm pretty okay with that. Alright, this is representing 2 clues. I think I'm just going to get rid of this thing right now. I guess I should leave Revolt up. Don't think it matters for a whole lot. Let's get in this extra damage though. Don't think there's any reason to just cast an Inquisition empty. Stomping Ground, second red, second green. Not bad. I think I'm just going to play it pretty safe. Cast Inquisition, cast the Tarmogoyf. Don't actually need this extra pressure right now. It doesn't change the clock. They're dead next turn anyway. One of the few ways I think I could lose is if they have Pump Spell and Pump Spell if one of them has become immense. Or Scale Up. So the casting Inquisition will prevent that combo kill. Alright. So I can crack this in response. If I don't hit something... If I don't hit something, I can still just shock in a Tarmogoyf. I can attack this. I think I'm good attacking into this. They're probably not super inclined to trade. Probably should have shocked first to get the clue. Alright, we take it. That matchup is supposed to be really good, though. Yeah, I can cast everything. Yep, I can still get the 3-2. That is accurate. Hardened Scales. Alright, well I imagine this hand is set up pretty well versus Hardened Scales. Alright, there's our other color. They mulligan, so this should be at least good. Alright, Hangerback's going to be a lot more annoying. Yeah, Trip 6. Same general list. The same list as last league and the league before through Tireless Tracker. Two Ballista. Yep. Alright, so you can bolt this thing. Stomping Ground a pretty awkward draw. Like I would have loved to have had the option to bolt two things, but Stomping Ground would be what I would have gotten. So now I'm kind of resigned to just bolting one. I'll just get this in painlessly and say go. I definitely plan on bolting this thing. I'll just do it before damage, save the 2 life. I don't think there's a reason to get fancy. Alright, well, we can terminate that copy. Their hand is just snow-covered forest. Alright, Tireless Tracker is a pretty good draw. They get to pump the Ballista if I let it live, so I think I should just terminate now. And then next turn I can Tracker plus play a fetch land. So I've got Bolt up now. What I really don't want to see is something like Hangerback Walker. Even Hangerback Walker for 2, which is actually 3, and that's probably too much to handle. 3/1/1 flyers is a lot. Alright, that I can deal with. I'll just bolt that immediately. Alright, so we've got an empty board with a tracker going. I could Goyf, but they're actually kind of similarly sized. And this one costs more mana, so... Alright, well, I'm somehow glad that I played the tracker. Main board Relic is something. Alright, so it looks like Overgrown Tomb. Wouldn't really mind a 3rd black, and this is 2nd green. Nothing I want to eat here, I'll just get it untapped. Get some more clues. Let's take a land out of the deck before drawing a card. Drawing the card now because it'll grow the tracker. And I could cling one of my lands just to add an instant to the yard, which I may want to do, but we'll see what happens when the opponent untaps. So I still don't want to see Hangerback. Hangerback would be on the more annoying side. I'd have to kind of just race the 3 Thopters. I'm assuming they'd block pretty quickly. Cool. So Scales. Plague Engineer are going to be good for things like Servo. Brutality I don't think is going to kill anything often enough. Pillage seems good. Don't think I want the Moons. Ashiok not really that interesting. Neither is all this stuff. Their modular doesn't care about it leaving the graveyard. It just matters if it had gone to the graveyard. I do not believe the connection dropped. I'm still going at my regular rate. Might have dropped and I missed it, but I'm normal now. On the draw, I'll take out the Thoughtseizes. I think I'm gonna bring them back on the play to take the Hardened Scales. This seems good. Sand's probably not good enough. It's missing too much. Like, we've got the lands and we've got things to do, but we don't have removal outside of Wrenn and 6. We don't have a threat. Sand is a similar issue, except we've got removal. We still need a threat. I'll just bottom Tracker, I think. Sorry, bottom the Cling. I think I said Tracker. Cling is the only unknown. Alright, and they mulligans and do not have the thing. That's nice for us. They could have Veil of Summer. That doesn't... Not casting Inquisition right now doesn't retract from my ability to double spell next turn. Although this may be the window to take Hanger back. Kind of rough if they have it, but I'll still go for it. Just gonna hope they don't have the Veil. I mean, they mulliganed to 6 and didn't have a 1-drop, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had it. Yep. So yeah, maybe a mistake running right into it. There's the Scales. So we've got the Pulse for the Scales. Or the module. So this says whenever counters are put on a permanent, you can pay 1. If you do, make a 1/1. You can pay 3 to proliferate 1 thing. Arcbound. Alright, well... They can sack the animation module to save it. But if they do that, I think I'm okay. And this makes servos, so I definitely have to do it in response to the module. Because then they would just sack the servo. Pillage, not bad. So there was going to be a decision between which one of these I wanted to kill. But given that I found Pillage and that can take care of the module, I think I'm just going to pulse the Scales. So when we go to pillage the module, they'll just sack it to the Arcbound, which will be on the annoying side, but I can't really do much to stop that. More lands, not great. Interesting that they didn't sack it to the Arcbound. I mean, I'm going to try to use the Raging Ravine as a blocker. Yep. It's pretty good. Can't really block the Arcbound. We'll just sack they'll just sack 2 things to it. I mean, if I block Ballista, they're at least forced to have their Arcbound die, and then there's only 1 threat that I really care about. Blocking a servo here doesn't seem like it's going to do enough. They've got 2 problematic permanents, and this at least will deal with 1 of them. Because if they're going to want to stack stuff on Ballista, that means they're going to have to unload off of Arcbound. This could only put 1 on Ballista, because 1 will be going to the Arcbound. Alright, so now we got Ballista down to a 4/4. They're not going to use any counters, they'll just trade in combat. Really need removal. Alright, well that one no longer does it, is the issue. That's a 4/4 now. Needed that last turn. Kind of forced to do this. So we're gonna get hit for what could be 6. They could lethal us if they wanted to put a counter on this. But they'd get us to 1, not exactly lethal. Need a way to kill the ballista now. Alright, and then I'll wait for them to add the counter at the end step. Because if I draw the push, it'll be one less counter that I'm taking. They just untap. Okay. Needs to be pushed. There are 3 of them. Cling. Wrong 1 mana instant. And I can gain 3 if I really want, but I think I'm just drawing to the fatal push. Ooze, that doesn't do it, right? You wanted to cling again over clue? That doesn't actually do anything though. Yeah, the escape costs 4, not 1. Yep. Alright, so now I can't even draw into the fatal push. Because they'll just unload at me, put me to 1, and then attack. Yeah, I mean, I also can't let them untap. Because I will also die that way. One mana off. I guess let's see what's in their hand. More veils. Alright. Alright, so now that we're on the play, I think I'm bringing Thoughtseize back. They're still pretty terrible draws, but taking the Hardened Scales from their hand seems like such a big neutering to their strategy that it might just be important enough to have on the first turn. I don't really think I want the clings. The more relevant mode on it seems like gain 3 life. I think just having a threat when I want a threat may be better. Alright, and there's the Thoughtseize on 1. It's going to be a painful Thoughtseize if we want to cast this Run in 6 on turn 2. Which I think we will. So I guess I'm just taking 5 off a Blood Crypt. Alright, so pretty glad I brought the Thoughtseizes in, right? They don't actually have the scales. I think I'm taking Hanger back again. That card is just by far the most annoying thing they can do. Like, I've got removal for the Arcbound. Animation module is annoying, sure, but they're not going to get value off of it next turn. Let's get in the Ren. Get this. Pass. So they can Arcbound. If they want, they can sack the module to save it. Don't think they'll want to. Alright, they drew a Scales. Yikes. There goes the Llanowar Reborn. That wasn't bad. Guess I should just lead there. I guess I should swamp so I can have Fatal Push up. I mean, that happens this way too. Fetching again means I'll get more value off of the Ren. But that would kind of resign me to getting basic Mountain. Don't want to get Swamp. So I mean, we know their hand. We've got perfect info. It's just a matter of how we want to sequence these lands. I'm going to try to not make it super painful, given that we already Lava Axed ourselves on the first turn. So if I Thoughtseize Inquisition, I'm not getting value off of the Ren. Maybe it's just not that big of a deal if it means I'm gaining life. Yeah, I'm just not going to get the value off of it for this turn. Keep this thing going up. So they can play Llanowar Reborn next turn, make a 1/1 off of the module. Jeez. Alright, well, the first thing they draw is going to be kind of large. They don't pay the 1? Why not? Okay. Alright, so now I guess I'll get the Swamp, cast Bloodbraid. It means I'll maybe have one more life than I would otherwise have. Run in 6 ultimate, not impossible at this stage. Need like another threat here, maybe like a Goyf. That's not what I wanted to see. I mean, I'll cast it and then just keep the other one. Because at least this way, if I draw Goyf, it'll be a little bit bigger. So this module is going to be really annoying the moment they draw something good. They haven't drawn something good yet. Hiya. I mean, if they can't pressure the red and 6 this turn, we're going to have a lot of Fatal Pushes. I would get Stomping Ground for more red and more green, but we've got it in our hands, so I guess we'll just do Overrun Tomb. Alright. So my guess is they're going to want to activate Inkmoth to attack the Ren in 6. They can just pay the 1 now. Could modular onto that. You've got the push. Or they could graft onto it, right? That's what I meant. Oof, they just put all the counters on it. Yeah. Alright, so if we can avoid something annoying this turn, we knew about that one. The Ozolith. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battle, if it had counters on it, put the counters on the Ozolith. I mean, we're going to have pretty much infinite Fatal Pushes. I think this is okay. Like, if they activate Inkmoth and keep us off ultimate, that could be how we lose, but I kind of just have to bank on them not doing that. Alright, that complicates it. I mean, I think I'm just supposed to say okay. And then I'll just hope that a lot of Fatal Pushes are good. I need them to not attack Ren and 6 with also Inkmoth. Alright, and they're not. They're just going at me. Well, I still want to save the life, I think. So it'll go to the Ozolith. That's fine. I've got a lot of Fatal Pushes with this Ren and 6 ultimate. Alright, so this is whenever a creature leaves the battle, put the bit counters on it, put the counters on the Ozolith at the beginning of combat on your turn. Alright, so this is happening. We got 4 Fatal Pushes this turn. They're tapped out and they're gonna make stuff for as many times as they can, so I think I'm supposed to start Fatal Pushing stuff now. So I don't want them to make 1/1s with the module. Does this target? You may remove all the counters from Ozolith onto target creature, but it is a may. So let me make sure I don't mess this up. I think I should just be pushing these things again now. It'll just really suck if I get Veil of Summered. All the counters go there. I think I say okay this time. So now, well, I can actually Ren and 6. No, I can't. Yeah, I can. I can Ren and 6, get back a land, and still have 2 Fatal Pushes available. Right? Yes. Alright, now I think I pass, because I just die if they hit a Veil. I'm assuming they're going to load everything up on a Inkmoth, but they know I've got a land and Fatal Pushes. And this is a May, so they don't actually have to do it yet. Modular 2, sacrifice an artifact, search that before a construct, reveal it and put it in your hand. Yep. It's an interesting game, that's for sure. Alright, they do move the counters. So I could put this in front to enable revolt. I think I'm gonna. This'll modular. And put counters on Ozolith. This engine's pretty hard to beat. Bloodbraid's not a bad start. Leaving up double black for 2 more pushes. Terminate, not bad. The big one. Ozolith gets all the counters back. They still don't know about second Fatal Push. As far as they know, we only have 1 land. So when they target something with the Ozolith, I'll push it in response. So that way they're not animation moduling again. Alright, so this is going to target something. I'm going to respond to the target. They'll just say no to the May. Yeah, when Scales gets going, it's hard to keep track. I think I'm supposed to push this too. And then I'm just gonna have to hope they haven't drawn a creature that enters with counters on it. Which is like most of their deck. Just make 2 more guys here if they want. They can make the 1/1 because the counters went to the Ozolith, and they can graft onto it, pay 1. That's a good one. So that can name Servo. This can get back a land. This is a servo, right? Yep. That was good. That should prevent the animation module. So they know the hands of peatland. Alright, so I think we're attacking now. They can't make their ink moth bigger in combat. So this attack should be safe. It's a crazy board situation. Feel pretty behind though. They have lots of stuff that I just can't really afford to see. Yep, put a counter on the Llanowar Reborn, trigger your module, make a 1/1. It just dies though because the Plague Engineer, right? Yeah, Plague Engineer was big here. Really, really big. I mean, we still have a hard time versus any of their X spells, like Arcbound Ravager, Walking Ballista, Hangerback Walker. Oh, not Arcbound. Just Hangerback, Walking Ballista. Not that one. And we can't beat a Veil of Summer. Scales, sure. Alright, so did you draw a Veil? I guess I should have killed this in response if I was gonna. Alright, I'll make them tap their mana. Alright, so if they drew a Veil, it'd be a pretty anticlimactic way for this to end. Feels like that's what it is. Just cast the Veil already, don't slow roll it. Like, this attack only makes sense if they have the Veil. I mean, this plan isn't gonna work, right? Because their servos still just die immediately. Oh, it's the Ballista. Ballista's a 4/4. Never mind, it's an 8/8. Oof. Alright, well, we can push it again. Unless they just want to expend it now to get rid of the Renin 6 and the Plague Engineer. There goes that. I guess they should probably just hit the Blood Braid too. That buys them a lot of time. Pretty smart of the opponent, though, to keep a counter on the Llanowar Reborn. Because that lets them animation module and trigger it. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's one of those X spells I mentioned having a real hard time beating. Yeah. I mean, now that I have a removal spell in hand, I might just want to play this thing. Play the land that I'm getting back. I still have basic mountain in the deck, right? I haven't exiled it for any reason. Guess I should just get the peatland, although this gets me 2 clues. Yep. So I'm gonna have to kill this in response so they can't make another thing. Lots of triggers. And I hope I'm doing this right. Not great. Alright, well that's another removal spell. I mean, this is 2 more clues. Alright, finally, something big. What a game, what a game. Still don't think I'm winning, unfortunately. It's been fun. We're targeting that. Alright, so we've got to kill that. Because then they're just gonna get another 1/1. Darn. Another go if, huh? Alright, let's sack this. I mean, this is why I mentioned wanting to take this kind of stuff out. Like, drawing it now is just so horrendous. Yeah, James, we've been in quite a long haul, but I've had a few dead ones along the way, and they drew a walking ballista a few turns back that really wrecked us. Now I think we're just dead. We're not just dead. We get to push this, block the 8/8. Yeah, just this everything that they've had has worked together so well. I mean, we could still draw Maelstrom Pulse. That's a live one. But that's, I don't know what it's live into, right? Fourth Scales, alright. I mean, that's a fatal push. Yeah, I mean, we needed Maelstrom Pulse because Maelstrom Pulse will be able to deal with all the servos and then something because we just loop it. Still technically possible. You would be right. It need to be right here though. Holy crap. Fortunately, they're just going to make another 1/1. Then they could load up that. Alright, so now we can blow up Ozolith. Alright, now we're facing just a 1/1, but we're short on clock. Hiya! Pass. Huh. They drew a land. I mean, we're looping Pulse now. We need a way to close though, or else it just doesn't matter. We've got a couple Tarmogoyfs, a couple trackers. I'm gonna have to be really quick, so I'm not gonna look at chat. We could Ravine. That's the way to win. Hopefully finally get rid of this stupid module. I'm gonna have to pulse these servos again. Okay, gotta find a threat. I mean, they could just throw a Walking Ballista and then all of a sudden none of this matters. Graft onto it. Alright, I have to kill that now too. Go. Did we just win this? That pulse was perfectly on time. I mean, we'd been digging for it for a while. That is why you don't scoop. Whew. Jesus. Alright, well that's one of the games where like I'm pretty happy I got it on camera. Yeah, that was a ridiculous grind. Jeez. I mean, we were digging for like actual anything good for the longest time, and then we hit that Plague Engineer, and that had us stabilized for just long enough to find the Maelstrom Pulse. And then we could loop the Pulse. Wow. Thanks, James. I know you said to lay off the vodka, but that game put me in some kind of mood, right? So I'd like to submit a claim in the Guinness Book of World Records. Most fatal pushes cast in a single game. You think I'm close? We've got it on camera, so I could go back and count, but I feel like it was like 15 or 16 at least. Yikes! All right, so red green. I feel like we always play against Tron round 1 and then red green round 5. All right, so in the event that they have double Blood Moon effect, I think I will just get the swamp now. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to get forest, so casting the Ren and 6 on turn 2 loses some value. I think I'll just cast Tarmogoyf. Alright, they do only have one Blood Moon. What's up, Eric? You missed an absolutely absurd match versus Mono Green Hardened Scales. I beat them with like 30 seconds left on the clock. I had a Ren and 6 emblem in play, and when I won the game, I had a Ren and 6 on 12. I was looping a Fatal Push to keep down their animation module shenanigans with a bunch of grafting on the Llanowar Reborns. And then on the last possible turn I could find it, I found my Maelstrom Pulse and I started looping that. It was wild. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. So yeah, you can definitely find it there. Alright, so I guess I'm just gonna Gwaif here. Not really super stoked about second black. I guess I'll just Overgrown Tomb, say yes to this, play the Gwaif. Like, they'll cast their Scavenging Ooze and they can eat some stuff, but I can pulse the Ooze on the following turn. Not the ideal pulse target, but I think I want to get this down. Just don't draw Glorybringer or something stupid. You had one of my leagues on your smart board while you were trying to put 6 feet between desks in your room today. Cool. Here's a teacher. Alright, so Bloodbraid into ooze, right? Are you still, is your school still doing the plan of 50-50 online and in person? Did that start for you yet? Yeah, I know. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cast Thoughtseize and then get basic Mountain to Ren and 6 or Arbor Elf. That cuts them off a lot of mana. Alright, and then Seasoned Pyromancer I think is going to be just the most annoying card. If they play second Ooze, I can pulse them both. So again, this will be basic Mountain, cast Ren and 6. Kill the elf. And then if they want to ensure that the Ren and 6 dies, they'll have to attack into it, which means they'll get to kill something in combat. So ideally, they just play second ooze here. Then I can get the clean 2 for 1. Starting on Monday, well, be safe, please. And yes, I'm aware they could shrink the Glyph. We've got 2 sorceries. They've got 2 creatures, and there are a lot of lands. So the only easy way they can do it is getting rid of their Blood Moon, but 3/4 out still outsizes everything they've got. They just go eat a thing, eat a thing. I guess they can make it 4/4 if that's what you meant, and then hit the Ren that way, but I'm okay with that. This Ren and 6 actually doesn't supply that much value at the moment. Glyph will get a little bit bigger again. Ooh, Bloodbraid's a good one. I think I want to get the tracker down, though. Yeah, let's get tracker in. The earlier that guy gets going, the faster. So, again, they could exile Blood Moon and Ren and 6, but that means they're probably not casting their other spell. I guess now they can do it all. But I mean, if all of it means that they're playing second ooze, I'm happy with that. Don't lie, how many times have you pulled something and blown up something of your own without meaning to? Only once, actually. And it was I think in a cube. It was like one of those draft leagues, so like the opponent can have the same cards as you. And I like pulsed something and my thing died too, and I was sad. But yeah, that's one of the Jund mistakes I haven't like made in a time where it was particularly egregious. I very recently though forgot to bolt my opponent when they were at 3. James can tell you all about that. Yeah, and like the reason I really didn't think about it coming up where I would kill my own thing is because it was cube. Alright, I think I'm okay just trading here. I don't want to take infinite damage. They have what color is this on? Red, so they can eat one more thing. They can't exile sorceries, they can't exile lands. This is fine. Let's just take the trade. Would love it for them to play their other thing. Haha, we did it. Alright, so ideal draw would be a green fetch land because it triggers Tracker twice, in addition to letting us crack a clue. Don't think I'm going to let both of these live for another turn. Let's just get rid of them. Like, I could Bloodbraid here, but Bloodbraid can't hit my Maelstrom Pulse, so let's just do it this way. Yeah, see, there he goes. There's James reminding everyone that I forgot to bolt. I mean, to be fair, I did remind James to remind everyone, so I'll take that one. Alright, let's just Bloodbraid, turn up some heat. They have 5 mana anyway. 5 mana's got to be the top of whatever they're doing. So I don't think that, like, taking a turn off to kill this elf. Oh, we get to do it anyway. Yeah, I just think I really want to add on the pressure before something like a Klothys can come down and have time to fight back. There's the Klothys. Alright, so I'm glad I did what I did. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Kolaghan's Command in the draw step. Don't want them drawing anything good. And we actually do get to guarantee lethal as long as what they draw is in a Seasoned Pyromancer. Ooh, why is it lagging? Come on, Moto. Uh-oh, Moto's doing a thing. Alright, they just scoop. I guess they figure they drew a card and they know they can't win. They'll go to 6 here. Alright, so Klothys fights your Klothys. Plague Engineer, sorry, Pillage kills the lands that you enchant. And Plague Engineer is going to name Elemental, most likely. Don't think I want Spell Bomb just for Elemental. I'm already kind of bringing in Engineer for that reason. Cut some bolts. And then we can cut Cling. Do you like cutting a Liliana? So I guess I'll bring in another bolt. Question in the chat is still Fulminator, still off of Fulminator because of Veil? Yeah. Some decks still play Fulminator, Fulminator, mainly the ones that play like the Traverse package because you can tutor for it. But if you're not tutoring for it, I think it's generally better to just play the Pillage. Hitting artifacts also comes up a fair amount of the time if you're playing against something like Eldrazi Tron, which is pretty popular right now. But yeah, Fulminator is fun to buy back with the Kolaghan's commands. It just doesn't come up often enough to where I think it matters. Alright, well they mulliganed. I think this hand's good enough. We've got access to both of our basics out from under a Blood Moon. Tarmogoyf is our best threat. And Tracker is pretty potent as well. Yeah, this man is nice. Alright, so they don't have the creature, so I wouldn't have been able to I would not have been able to interact with that anyway. Alright, so play Verdant. And if they moon, I will respond. Oh, I guess we can take their draw step, stop off. I mean, I kind of hope they go for it, because it's a card that I don't really particularly care about at this point. Bone Crusher as a 4/3. Yep. Alright, I'll just go ahead and get the swamp now. I'm definitely going to want to cast a Tarmogoyf, I think. Alright, and that can kill the Bone Crusher when I want it to. Let's just start playing things out. Could have played Blackleaf Cliffs and just bolted, but I like the idea of advancing the board. Glyph will be a 3/4 after this Bone Crusher dies. That works though. Alright, so this looks like a fairly easy Blackleaf Cliffs pass. I'll bolt their thing. They missed land. So we got that going. Got 4 mana on turn 4, perfectly balanced. Yeah, Glyph's a 3/4 now. Why'd it die? How messed up would that be if that's how layers work? Like it dies, oh wait, it was a 3/4, never mind. I'm aware how it works though. Yeah, this deck is the second most popular deck currently, only following Uro Piles, and that's how it's categorized. Uro Piles, and then some version of Prowess, be it Izzet or Mono Red. But yeah, I run into I think I run into regular Tron about once every 2 leagues, and I think I run into red green about once every 2 leagues, maybe 2 in every 3. Little bit more often than 1 every 2. I'm not sure what you mean, Ian. So I could just Bloodbraid, or I could get Tracker down. Again, the longer Tracker is down, the better it is, so I think I'm inclined to lead there. Then Ravine seems okay here. So I'll take 3, probably. I am behind if they've got just about anything good. Oh, the layers on Goyf. Yeah, I think I was there for that. I don't think their argument was like, oh, my Goyf is dead, now there's a creature in the yard, so it's a 3/4, which means if it has 3 damage on it, it doesn't die, bring it back. At which point you could say, okay, there's no longer a creature, it's a 2/3, it's dead. Alright, so as far as Cascades go, that's one of the things I'm happier to see. I guess Blood Moon would have been something I was even happier with, because at least it's not a 1/1 that makes 2 mana. Alright, and okay, I guess I'll say okay and then take a block on a 1/1. I was probably going to trade with their Bloodbraid had they not given me the free block on a 1/1. Yeah, I remember that, Ian. Yeah, okay. So that was how it went. Alright, so not great. That means I get to, if I want, I can play Tracker, play Mire, make 2 clues, sack 1 clue. That has me going to 6, and then I could go block. I take 1. They have lots of mana this turn, though. I think I'm gonna do that though. So let's play a Tracker, and I guess I'll plan on just getting basic Swamp. Then I do plan on trading for Bloodbraid. Alright, then I can do this now while they're tapped out. Make sure I get those extra clues. I could sack a clue now to play around exactly Stomp. We know they're playing it, so it's not even that bad to do it. Let's actually do it then. Just play around the Stomp where we can. Alright, so now I will trade with the Bloodbraid and hope they don't have some huge follow-up. I mean, I expect them to have some amount of follow-up. They've been missing land drops, and now they're getting 2 more mana than they did last turn. I wouldn't be surprised if they had something like their Glorybringer or their Greater Gargaroth, which is apparently something these people are doing now. These people are referring to the group of red-green players. Alright, so I think I'm just dead. Yes, I'm just dead. They exert, and then I can only block so many things. Wait, they didn't exert? So I'll go to 1 now. I mean, I'm still very behind. Oh, he said, oh, the opponent said hate that. I'm assuming they intended on exerting. Yeah, Gargaroth's an animal. Thing is huge. Alright, well, as it stands, it doesn't actually look like it's gonna matter. I mean, I guess I can lead on Bloodbraid and keep that hits away. I mean, I have Terminate and Maelstrom Pulse as my 3 answers. Liliana doesn't exactly do it. I mean, I also need to put things on the board to block, so it does look like Bloodbraid's my best bet. So it's got to be one of those 3. There are 2 Terminates and 1 Pulse. Thoughtseize won't do it. I am just dead, so I know this kills me. I'll cast the Thoughtseize just so I can see what's in their hand. Chandra, Bloodbraid, okay. Yeah, that's kind of the hand I expected they'd have. Yeah, Gargaroth has been pretty good versus me. Oh, Eric, there is a particular match I'm thinking of involving Greater Gargaroth that was very good. I'm trying to remember which league it was in. I'll figure it out and I'll text you the number, like on Facebook or something. I'll send you a message. And but it was a really insane game where I think I was about less than 1% to win the game by like turn 3 or 4, and then I ended up coming back and winning it. But it's like one of those games where you kind of have to see it to believe it. I'm just going to resubmit. Yep. Liliana is another answer to the Gargaroth, but double black is such a liability. Yeah, I'll shoot it over to you for sure. Alright, yeah, let's go first. This is for all of the 3/2 marbles. Alright, triple hand disruption. Alright, well, they're probably not sticking a Blood Moon. Verdant's going to give us access to either basic. I think I'll just shock Blood Crypt first. The odds they actually get to stick the Blood Moon are kind of low, so I think I'm relatively safe not getting basic immediately. Alright, well, let's take their Accelerant. And then to note, they've got the Obstinate Baloth. Alright, I hate how Bone Crusher shows up as 2 cards. Question in the chat says, someone has never cast Plague Engineer, can you talk about it for a minute? Do you mean specifically out of Jund, like in this matchup, or just in general, is it good? Alright, so now we'll take Bone Crusher, I guess. Alright, and then we could Thoughtseize here. It would be taking Bloodbraid for sure. I'm really gonna want to play Tracker next turn if I get the option to. I mean, I guess I'll get Overgrown Tomb here, but that has me kind of resigned to losing to a Blood Moon. Honestly, though, like I'm already losing to Blood Moon if I don't find second fetch anyway. Renin 6 would be the nuttiest. Not taking Baloth. Generally, you wanted to know. So yeah, creature combo decks. It's excellent against. Some of the more fringe combo decks, even like if you look at Saheeli Cat, for example, their 1/4s become 0/3s and they no longer hit you. If you're playing against like the Vizier combo, the thing that gives their stuff prevents minus counters is a 2/1, so you can name like Human. If you're playing against something like Infect, you can name Human because that'll get rid of a lot of their stuff. Oh no, you name Druid because Druid gets rid of Hierarch and it gets rid of, I think, one of their Infect creatures. Alright, unfortunately, I'm not really going to be able to beat that. And then obviously, versus the other creature combo decks, like we play against elves for whatever reason, it's great. And then as far as outsizing random stuff, yeah, it can have utility. Like it makes your Tarmogoyf bigger than their Tarmogoyf. But that doesn't come up a whole lot. It's not really there for that. And then also out of Jund, if you're playing against something like Storm, their sideboard plan usually involves just turboing out and empty the Warrens, and then you can name Goblin to clean that up that way. Alright, so unfortunately I just bricked on lands, and it looks like that's going to be the reason I 2-3. Or it'll be the final reason that I 2-3. Bloodbraid. I guess I knew about this force too. Bone Crusher, yep. Yeah, just the 4-3 makes sense. Yeah, so now even though I draw the land, it's probably way too late. They've got a Bailoff to boot. Oh, Clothis already in play. Yeah, this is. Alright, so I can run in 6, get back Verdant Catacombs. I can use that to Fatal Push something. But if I Fatal Push this, I'm at 7, I'll take 5, I'll go to 3, and then I just die to the Bloodbraid. If I Fatal Push this, I take 4, I take 2, I go to 1. But then when I do decide to kill if I just died, and if I wait even one more turn, I die to the Clothis. I am very, very dead. Unfortunate. Oh, my audio went messy. Is it fine now? Yeah, my mic has been doing that randomly, where it'll just get wavy and then it's still doing it. How about now? Is it still doing it? Good now? Okay. Yeah, I think it's just the plug on the bottom of the mic. I don't know why. Like I might have just like knocked it and decided to be funky. Alright, so I'll do the deck wrap up for the purposes of the recording. Another 2-3 in the books. I mean, we had some really, really tight matches. I think I was in pretty much all of them except for that last game. Kolaghan's Command has actually seems to be weakening. A lot of the decks that we've been playing against don't really kill our creatures a whole lot, or they just kind of go over or under them. Be it they be faster or over, or like they go under them and that they're faster, or they go over them and that they're bigger, things like Uro in that regard. The trackers were very impressive this league, despite it not going well. They drew a lot of extra cards and they closed a lot of games pretty quickly. The Lilianas were still fine, Ghosts were still fine. Didn't really miss the second ooze as far as this league goes. We didn't see any games where the Klings particularly shined, but we didn't play against any Uro piles this match, so that makes sense. I still like the split of 3 bolt, 3 push, and obviously running 6 is just great. And I still have yet to have a spot where I wanted to kill a non-creature permanent. So I still think Terminate is probably the best option right now between Terminate, Abrupt Decay, and Assassin's Trophy. And then I think the 24 lands has been pretty smooth. I really like the sideboard. I brought in pretty much everything except Boil. And, I didn't bring in Spellbomb either. But, I mean, everything that I brought in would have been good had I seen it. So, I mean, yeah, the list continues to feel smooth. I think in the past probably 7 or 8 leagues, I've averaged about a 50-50 win rate, which is obviously average, but I mean I'm trying to be slightly above average because you know you want to have a win rate hovering between like 60 and 65% to be relatively comfortable. So I mean in the most recent series of leagues, haven't quite gotten that result. So maybe something else has to change. I've been seeing lots of Facebook posts on the various Jund groups talking about Seasoned Pyromancer being good, and I've seen lots of 4 Ren and 6 deck lists, and lots of 4 Lightning Bolt 2 push deck lists. But I mean, I'll take a look more into that. And I've seen lots of people mainly playing for Liliana. I mean, these are all things that maybe I want to look into. Like maybe I want to play another Liliana, go down a Kolaghan's Command. I mentioned that one has been weakening in my eyes. Maybe I go back to 4 Lightning Bolts. But I mean, there have been, I think, the 2 leagues before this one, just before this one, we saw multiple pushes where we were really happy that it was push over a bolt. Like, for example, we played against Death Shadow, I think, in round 1 of last league. And we had a second push. Again, there's no guarantee that the second push that we had was the one that was swapped for a bolt, but in the 2/3 chance that it was, we're pretty happy that we saw it. So I mean, yeah, the deck has still felt really, really smooth. We just haven't quite been getting there. We had some pretty insane games that were played tightly, and maybe some insane games that I could have been played a little bit more tightly and resulted in wins. But I think this league was pretty satisfying overall, despite the record. And I'm pretty happy with how the list performed, obviously, again, despite the record. So that's going to be it for this Jund recording. If you like content like this and you want to see some more, you can see all of my already recorded videos uploaded onto my YouTube channel. If you're watching this currently on YouTube, like, subscribe for more content like that. And I've also got a Jund playlist already set up if you wanted to just go through all of those. Again, this is league number 25, so there's already a lot of them and a few extras. And if you are watching this currently on Twitch, feel free to head over to my my YouTube page where you can find all that stuff that I just mentioned. And yeah, and if you're on YouTube, you can watch my recording sessions live on Twitch at Junderdome, and you can find the link to that in the description of the video you're currently watching. So with that said, until next time, have a good one.